Hi everybody. Today our topic is observable. So observable provides a great support for data sharing between to the observer and subscriber. Here observer is nothing but a sender and subscriber is nothing but a kind of a listener. Okay, and moreover observable is not a part of a Angular. It's a object which is imported from the third party plugin that is called the RxJS library. Okay, the main use of the observable in the Angular for handle the asynchronous calls. And what are the importance of the observables in Angular is you can see, suppose there is some example like if you wanted to share the data between to the child component to parent component. Okay, here child component is expecting the data from the parent component. So here you can do by using in the format of event emitter. So internally event emitter, it is using the observable and it is passing the data from one component to another component. So one more great example of the observable is HTTP services. So what is the use of HTTP services? The use of the HTTP service is to handle the asynchronous calls. See here, asynchronous calls is nothing but the data you don't know when you are going to get the data from DB. Synchronous data is nothing but you may be having the exact idea when you are getting the data, but coming to the asynchronous calls, you can't give the time estimation when you are going to get the data from the DB. Sometimes you maybe get the data within the 10 seconds or 5 seconds or 100 of seconds also. Even though there is a 50 seconds, even you maybe get the error also. So those kind of the things you can do by using the observables in the Angular. By using the observable, you can monitor the router params. So here means whenever web application, whenever if you see that URL which is in the web application, it's keep on going to be changed, right? So if you wanted to subscribe the whenever data is or param is going to be changed into the URL, you wanted to subscribe means you wanted to get the data which is the latest data from the router param. So that situations also you have to use the observables. Means by using the router params also you can subscribe the data. Means here you are internally using the observable. So the main use of the observables is you can pass the data from child component to parent component in the form of event emitter. You can handle the asynchronous calls by using the HTTP service. Even you can monitor what are the parameters and what is the behave of the parameters of the router and by subscribing. So here also you can use the observable. There is a main important, these three are very important by using the observable in Angular. Okay, and next step is how the observable will works. So here observable is it's a kind of a data source. It's actually basically thought of the data source. Okay, and which is implemented by the observable pattern. Okay, here in the observable section we are having the two main layers, that is the observable and one layer is the subscriber. In the observer we are having the three different kind of operations, that is the next operation, error operation and complete operation. Subscriber which contain to the data and based on this data we are passing that data into the UI part. It's always listening the data which is from the observer. So observer, like in simple words, observer it's triggered when the data source change the values. Subscribe is contacted to the observer for getting the new values. Like subscribe which give the task for getting the response. Here response is the data, here it is giving the task to the observer. Here observer take the task and it will sends the response to the subscriber. So whenever it handle the task within the observer, it may be give the correct response to the subscriber with the error or without the error, and it may be give the some portion of the data to the subscriber. Here it is given to the, here observer is giving to the subscriber to the portion of the data, in the sense conditionally it is going to give to the, sometimes it is going to give the conditionally give to the subscriber. Suppose you are fetching the 100 rows from the database. Okay, from the database you are getting the 100 rows. So observer, you have to write the your own logic that I wanted to give the, once the, when you are looping the data, see first row, second row, third row, so when you are looping the data, I wanted to complete the observer when the my data is reaching to the my row count is reaching to the 50. I wanted to complete my operation of the observer. So you can do this kind of operations like next operation, error operation, and complete operation. This is nothing but it is handle the internally, it is handle the data packages, you could say that. In the observer, user having the own logic for handling the data and executing the data. Okay, and here observable is the data source. See, I am telling you the main difference of the observable, observer, and subscriber is observable is a data source. Observer, which is taking the task from the subscriber, and it will give the data to the subscriber by emitting, by sending, by passing. So you can say any kind of the keywords to, you can say, and subscriber, which is taking the response from the observer. So this is the major difference between these three. So you have to always focus on the, in the real-time scenarios, about the subscribe of the observer. So, like suppose if you take the some real-time scenarios, suppose there is some telecom domain. Okay, like if you say that Airtel or Jio or Vodafone, any kind of that. So based on the offer, here Airtel is going to give to the some offers, nothing but the observer. So user is taking that offers, means he is subscribing. Okay, suppose if you are having the Wi-Fi connection in your home, so what you have to do? So suppose if you take the router of, let's say that is the Airtel. So Airtel is going to give to the offers, that is actually technically we are calling that is the observer. So we people are subscribers. So we are subscribing the Airtel packages, then only we are going to get the data, right? So we will see all these things into the programmatic way, then you can easily understand on that. So I will explain to you in the next video how we have to reach the same whatever I am explaining the theoretically, I will explain to you the same thing into the programmatically in step by step. Please watch that into the my next video. Thank you so much.